And now, an ad from Dad.
All right, save money on car insurance when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. Can I take these off? All right. What is this? This looks good. Wow, that's well made. Where did you get this? I'm talking to you with the hair. Yeah, where did you get this? It's good stuff. That's solid. That's not veneer, that's solid stuff.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Hello, Wildcats. It's your boy Kev, just coming at you like a racist N-bomb from Dwayne Dog the Bounty Hunter Chapman. And I was just reading this article from 2009 where Dog the Bounty Hunter insists that he does not want the controversy to be forgotten. They said it'll pass. And I said to the guy, you know what? I won't let it. That's a quote from Dog the Bounty Hunter. Anyways, this is just to let you know we are a comedy and crime podcast. So even though we do cover many serious cases and true events, we do like to throw in some inappropriate jokes and dark humor every now and then. So if you do not like to mix comedy and crime, this is not the podcast for you. But we do appreciate you taking the time, checking it out. And for the rest of you guys and ladies and boys and girls and Dog the Bounty Hunters that are sticking by, I made a little song about that TV show, Are You Afraid of the Dark? And I don't know what to do with it, and I don't want it to go to waste. So you get to hear that now. So thank you, everyone, for listening. Be good, stay safe, and laugh at the dark stuff. Hashtag Wildman. Are you afraid of the dark? Canadian horror, fantasy-themed anthology television series that you could watch on YTV 1990 to 96. Me and my boys watching with our hard dicks. Take a pick, Teen Nick a snick. Feeling right all night, but that's not it. Laughing in the dark, the lonely ghost, the silent servant and the dead man's float. Dark music doll maker and the dangerous soup. Back on my undies, I just dropped a little poop. Ryan Gosling, 109.1. All we ever wanted was to have some fun. But now I'm so scared I just pissed my pants. And now it's the Headless Horseman at my high school dance.
Alright, fellas, like we practiced.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4.
Come on down. Come on down. Hanging with the brothers tonight, yeah. Come on down to the Brothers Commonplace tonight.
Alrighty, welcome everyone to the Brothers Commonplace, a comedy and crime podcast where we cover monsters, murders, mysteries, and more. And before we jump into today's crazy topic, I want y'all to meet my little candle guys.
Okay.
My candle boys.
I like that. What's going on, guys? This is Tim, or Weird Al Yankovic, as they call me at the sperm bank.
Yes, baby.
Yeah.
I've been there many times.
How has that? How have I never heard anyone make a Weird Al Yankovic joke?
I don't know.
Yeah, I've never heard it either.
I thought of it like 10 minutes ago, too, actually.
Oh, fuck yeah. Sticking with the candle theme, this is Toof Wick. My dog just died, so I'm ready to kill everybody.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, shit.
Wait, is the dog thing true?
I've never watched a John Wick movie.
Oh. Well, no, I know that part's true. I meant like your dog. That's not true.
Oh, no, I don't kill dogs. I just fuck them.
No. Don't worry about watching him, dude, unless you want to see Reek kill fucking Keanu Reeves.
Reek? Fucking Reek? Who the fuck's that?
A guy from Game of Thrones.
Say Tyreek Evans. The fuck's Reek?
Oh, yeah.
What up, everyone? This is Spence, and to continue with the candle thing, if I ever become a cross-dresser, I guess I'll wear a candelabra.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think you should do it anyways for
I'll
science
tell all
fair.
the boys on the street corner to be my guest.
Oh, yes.
I dare
On
ya.
second thought, I'm not going to do any of that.
Do you love the Beauty and the Beast joke, though?
And it's your boy Kev, a.k.a. the Dirty Dog, a.k.a. your little fullback, because today, that name will make sense in a minute, because for today's episode, I hope all of our wonderful listeners brought a scarf and gloves because it's about to get a little chilly in here, boys. That's right. Today we go to Houston, Texas to take on the mystery of the Icebox Murders.
Wait.
Oh, man.
How the hell is it chilly in Houston?
It's not, but there's an ice box.
Yeah.
That's cold.
They have ice in Houston?
Yeah, it's like one of their number one imports.
Oh, shit. That makes sense.
By
Hey,
the way, too, if it's not the ice block murders, that's just what I did to you all that time at the fucking party at Kev's house.
Oh,
Drink
yeah.
that ice. Hey, Tim, call me Icebox.
Fuck, what's that from?
Call me Becky from the Little Giants.
Oh, fuck yeah, okay.
Remember, Icebox is the little daddy's little fullback.
Okay, now I get it. Dude, I haven't seen that in so long.
So with this case, are we going to solve this unsolved Icebox murder, or will this be nothing more than a fumble-rooski?
Oh, Fumbarooski.
Dude, that
I
actually
think-
would be cool if we ever did solve a murder.
I
You
think.
you think it'll happen?
We
Yeah,
just have to get on 4chan more.
I mean, we did kill Andrew, so I mean, we could. I mean, we solved that one.
Yeah.
Solved it the moment we did it.
Yeah.
It was us. It was
Case
Mr.
closed.
Green.
Think you got a problem? Yo, I'll solve it. Watch Andrew as he dies slowly in a bathtub.
All right. So before we go any further, I do have a message for a very special Australian Daniel, the
Fuck
OG Australian Wildman. This message: Hey Boothie, your good friend Judah sends his regards. Try not to kill anything while I'm on holiday. I don't know exactly what that means, but he said that Australian Daniel will find it hilarious and love it.
Fuck yeah.
So fuck yeah.
I like it. I like it already.
Now, who is that message from?
One of his coworkers actually.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So I'm guessing one of the people that he forces to listen to the podcast. No, he sent us a 5-star review and everything. He sent us a really
Fuck
nice
yeah.
email. Cool shit.
All right,
Nice.
then he's legit in our book.
Fucking
Yeah.
wild, man.
So alrighty, before we go into this case, I do want to mention some of our sources. We have the HoustoniaMag.com, AllThat'sInteresting.com, Medium.com. Also, there's a few others we're going to mention, but pretty much everything has most of the same information, which I'm going to mention a little bit later because I don't know how true some of this stuff is, even though everything mentions the exact same stuff. But we'll dive into it.
Is one of your sources like from Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yeah, actually it is.
Was there a mild.com and a fucking hot.com too? To go with the medium.com?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would be on mild.com if it was a porn site?
Oh, man. Like just softcore porn.
Hashtag mild man.
It's just all the sex scenes from the movie The Room.
Speaking of what Tooth just said, hashtag Mildman, we will be recording a bonus episode where I have picked out a handful of very special people, very cool, awesome people, and we're going to talk about what they did, and then we will decide if they are a hashtag Wildman or a hashtag Mildman.
Oh, shit. Nice.
Wait, this is a game show?
Well, I mean, kind of. It's pretty much the same stuff. It's just 3 cases that are shortened, 3 people.
Okay, good.
So, alright, before we get into this case, is there anything you guys want to mention?
I don't think so.
You could become a hashtag Amazon Smile Man if you enable Amazon Smile on the browser. And then you can have all your purchases go to a charity of your choice.
All right, so here we go. Much like Anthony Bennett, we are making our way to Houston.
Oh,
So
fuck
this
yeah,
case-
dude. I can't wait for that shit, man. We'll be covering that case here soon.
The date is June 23rd, 1965, and Marvin Martin, a.k.a. what I titled Marvin the Martin,
Oh, yeah, you kind of had to at that point.
he hadn't heard from his aunt and uncle, Fred and Edwina Rogers, in a couple of days, so he's getting a little worried because that is unlike them. So just to be safe, he calls the police, and he requests a welfare check on them to show up and make sure they're all okay and everything's all right.
Wait, he wants to take money from them?
Welfare check.
What a fucking scumbag, dude.
And told them if they found any food stamps to go ahead and snatch those. Dude,
Hey,
I don't
back
know.
then they were still in like cash, like before they made that little card.
I don't remember why. I don't know why this sticks out to me, but there's this grocery store I used to go to when I was
Yeah.
a kid, like going with my family, and I remember they had this big sign that was like, pretty much like written like it was like a Chinese restaurant at the mall where they just use a marker and write it on like a poster board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it said in like all caps, like food stamps cannot be used to order JoJo's.
Oh, hell yes.
Like, come on. If they want JoJo's, let the fuckers eat them.
Hey, but we did anyway.
I still found a way to get those fucking JoJo's, man.
And it also
weren't
said
keeping me
food
away.
stamps cannot be used to order Casey and JoJo CDs, which is bullshit.
Man.
Yeah, you can't even buy that shit with cash.
Wait, can you use the food stamps to buy potatoes and like seasoning and oil?
Yes.
You probably could, yeah.
Yes, you just make your own
All
JoJo's.
right, so checkmate.
Yeah, exactly.
Checkmate, atheists.
Oh, yes.
So Marvin, he calls the police to go check on his aunt and uncle. Plus, they were kind of old. Fred, he was 81, and Edwina, she was 79. So the officers, they come to the Rogers home, which is located in Montrose, Houston, which that is in west central Houston. And first, the officers, they show up, they knock, but they get no answer.
These are his parents or his grandparents?
Neither his aunt and uncle.
Oh,
fuck! I thought it was
okay.
grandparents too. Actually,
Why wouldn't he just be wondering if his uncle was just making his aunt some hot dogs? Because
I mean, that's reasonable.
Then he could always say, "Hey, Edwina, want a wiener?"
Okay, alrighty.
For like 4 or 5 days in a row, every day,
Every fucking day.
I suppose.
All you did was just rip off fucking, hey, John Cena, you're a wiener. I know that's what was going through your head when you said
Never, because I don't know who that is.
we've never seen him. But no, like seriously. I mean, this isn't like to be disrespectful, but if like I saw just like a fucking beautiful girl, and if it was like love at first sight, like I was about to get like on one knee,
Yeah.
and I asked her name, and she said it was Edwina. I'm like, oh, never mind, I made a mistake. Like, whoops,
I would
sorry.
say Edwina, more like Ed Luza.
I would say Edwina, more like Ed Liggett, tuba.
And then I would be like, oh, you already have a guy, Edwina? His name's Fred, more like Dead. And I pull out a noose and I fucking strangle him on the
Fuck
beach.
yeah, good. Every day.
And I yell, die, coward. No, I'm just joking. All
I
right,
would
let's-
just follow behind her like the It Follows creature, and I would just go, Edwina, we know. That's all I do.
Oh,
I just
yes.
follow her whole life until
These
she has
poor-
sex with someone, and then I follow them.
Also, you'll never have to follow anybody else then.
Okay, these poor people, guys. We don't know what happened to these people yet, all right?
All right, that's true.
So first, the officers, they knock, but they get no answer. They knock a few more times and no answer. And then, much like Haven's Alex on Shark Tank, they fucking big boot through that motherfucker. Which,
Fuck
if you
yeah.
haven't seen that video, just YouTube funniest Shark Tank pitch. It's where these guys are trying to sell these locks for these doors. It's not an actual like deadbolt, but it's this like thing that goes underneath the door and blocks it. And so they're trying to show the difference between that and a deadbolted door. And the other guy is just fucking kicking the fuck out of this door, trying to knock it down. And his partner's like, yeah, do the flying kick, Alex. And he runs and does this fucking missile drop kick. And it takes him like 20 minutes to break through it while everyone's just fucking laughing at this dude.
Hell yeah.
So anyways, the officers, they kick the door open. They force their way inside. And they find it empty, like nobody is home. And there's nothing really all that strange or out of the ordinary. They're kind of just going through, and it looks like that it's just empty, like there's just no one here. And before leaving the home, they notice that there was a little bit of food left out on the table. So they're like, all right, well, that's a little strange. And then they get hit with a strong odor that is coming from the refrigerator. So they decided to go ahead and check out the fridge before leaving.
Damn, Edwina's cooking, man, I swear.
I was also going to say, when they broke in, there was nothing there. What'd they break into my high school diploma?
Dude, have you still not gotten that?
No. And I think I might wait till my fucking 15th anniversary and fucking go get it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Toof, I remember like 5 years ago when, it might have been more actually, probably 10 years ago, when Toof told me that he never got his diploma. I'm like, why, dude? He's like, well, then I have to go to the high school to get it, and if I do that, then they win.
I mean, he's got a point.
I don't have to pay anything. I just didn't get it. That's it. You know, and it's actually kind of fucked on them for not mailing it to me too, you know? Like, come the fuck on.
Dude, you live like 2 miles from the school.
Yeah, and they can bring it to me.
You once drove there on 3 flat tires.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, only because I had all of our moms together riding with me.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Hey, remember what happened at the end of that day? Columbine?
They didn't shoot up the school. It's just their weight popped all the tires and everyone thought they were shooting.
Okay, all right. So the officers, they follow that stench and they open up that fridge and look inside there. And inside they found stacks and stacks of hog meat. So that wasn't too weird or anything. So they were just kind of stumped, like, okay. For a few seconds, that was at least. And here's a quote from Charles Bullock. He was one of the officers that day. And this is what he said at the scene at the home. Quote, opened up a refrigerator and seen nothing but meat stacked in it. My partner, standing next to me, made the comment that it looked like somebody had butchered a hog. We didn't know that it was a body until we got ready to close the refrigerator and we could see the head down in the bottom of the vegetable bin. So inside the fucking clear doors like that you pull out were 2 heads. It was the fucking heads of Fred and Edwina.
How big was that fucker?
There's pictures of it, not of the bodies or anything, but of the fridge.
Seems like they wanted to keep them crispy.
Like, we couldn't even fit, like, a fucking, like, bird's head in ours. Like, ours are tiny.
Dead bird, do not eat.
I don't know what I expected.
Dead open, don't bird.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. And here's another quote from Houstonia Mag. An article from the Amarillo Globe-Times published the next day described the scene. Quote, on all the shelves and in the freezer compartment were the dismembered bodies, cut and unwrapped, washed off pieces smaller than individual joints. The officers realized what they were dealing with after opening the crisper to find 2 human heads. So yeah, these 2 old people who are fucking 80 years old, someone not only murdered them, but cut them up, butchered them, put them in the fridge.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
How can I put this? Was it like clean cuts, or was it like, I don't know how, like, were they eaten? Were they fucking cannibalized?
That is a good question. The cuts, we will mention in a little bit. I don't believe any parts of them were actually eaten, though.
Oh, okay, so no basement cuts.
So, oh my God, an ICP joke, Toof.
He's used that one before.
So unfortunately, we now know why the Rogers had not been very communicative in the last few days, seeing as how someone had killed and butchered them. And
They hadn't been very active in their neighborhood. Mr. Rogers hadn't been out in the neighborhood.
Okay. Now I get it.
His name literally is Fred Rogers.
That's fucking amazing. I forgot that was
that's
their
his
name.
first name? I
I
don't
think
know.
The victims were Fred Rogers and
Fuck
Edwina Rogers, right?
That's amazing.
Yeah, I met Mr. Rogers. That's his first name, Fred?
Yeah.
Ah, I did not know that.
So we know this whole story is fake because he went on to make that television show.
That's true.
That's
That was
true.
in the
Shut her
60s.
down.
I think it started in like late 60s, I think.
Did he go on to make that television show, or did the killer steal his identity?
Oh, shit, dude.
Shit, man.
Save that one for theories,
Mr.
too. if that's
Rogers
legit.
is the one who put the real Mr. Rogers in the refrigerator.
Now, one more thing that struck the officers as kind of odd. The son, Charles Rogers, who was living with his parents, he was nowhere to be found. But before we dive into the rabbit hole of Charles Rogers, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the crime scene here, just a little bit more. So Fred, he had been beaten with a claw hammer. And then, and this is a big and then, like, dude, where's my car style of and then,
And then...
his eyes and his genitalia were removed.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's
But we're
pretty
sure
fucked up.
we're sure they were there at one point, right?
Because this is a fucking 81-year-old dude, so that's pretty
Were
gross.
their places like swapped?
No.
Gotcha.
And Edwina, she had been beaten and then shot in the head. So whoever did this fucking brutally murdered them and then did all the chopping up and went through a lot. I mean, they cut out eyeballs, cut off their genitalia. Pretty
Yeah.
fucked up.
Was she beat with a hammer or just beat?
I don't know if she was beaten with a hammer or not.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Next, after both were killed, whomever did this dragged the 2 bodies upstairs and into the master bathroom. The murderer then drained what was left of their blood, before finally chopping them into pieces and then placing them inside the fridge.
All right.
Yeah, pretty gross.
Yeah.
Now, there are a few interesting things here to note, though. One, based on the neatly cut pieces of meat and the cut-up body parts, the authorities believe that the killer must have had some sort of knowledge in anatomy. So, Toof, like you were asking earlier, it wasn't just this fucking hack job. Seemed like they kind of knew what they were doing a little bit. Someone who had a basic knowledge of anatomy, at least.
Wait, what year did this happen? This is like the 60s?
65.
Okay, because I was saying, remember, am I right, when we did the Axeman murders, there was a lot of butchers in the area or some shit like that? Or was that something else for Louisiana, like mobster shit?
It was like store owners, wasn't it?
Maybe that's it, store owners.
The ones that kept getting killed.
Italian meat markets
Grocers.
or some shit like that. Grocers,
Yeah, grocers,
that's it.
that was it, yeah.
Okay, alright.
2, it is also believed that the killer had murdered Fred and Edwina 3 days before they were found, which would have been June 20th, 1965, which would have been Father's Day that year.
Alright, yeah, that's kind of weird.
And these murders are pretty brutal and gruesome. We had hammer beatings, gunshots. However, the house was found to have been thoroughly cleaned, but there was a little bit of blood that was found and some traces that led to the bedroom of their son, Charles Rogers.
Now, did Charles, their son, live with them at the time?
Yes. We're going to get into some more information on him, but he did live with them at the time of this, yes. And he's nowhere to be found.
So I looked up some stuff about this. Did anybody hear a gunshot?
I don't know how far away neighbors lived. I don't think they did because the police don't show up till like 3 days later.
Yeah, because I don't think I heard anything about it either. So maybe they're like more out in the country or something.
Yeah.
What about like since Charles lives with them, the son, that he just like, you know, that thing where you just like, you're not really hungry, you're kind of just bored, so you just go check the fridge out and see what's in there?
Yeah.
He just fucking checks the fridge and he's like, damn, nothing. Just closes it and goes back in.
He has that app where you put in all the shit you have in your fridge and it tells you what meals you can make. And it just says, okay, never mind, I'm not going to go any further. It was really just going to be dad.
I should say this for theories, but I know the son was up in the attic and he was like stoned. And like when he came down, the parents were already dead. It's just idle hands. I thought you knew by now.
Oh, it was what, like an ant, like an evil ant?
Like an evil ant?
The fourth interesting thing I wanted to note here, a little bit later, some of the couple's organs would be found in a nearby sewer, which means that in order for that to happen, the killer had to have flushed them down the toilet. So either the eyeballs, the dick and balls, I don't know what all he cut off, the organs, intestines, whatever it was, he or she flushed down the toilet. So that's
I mean, what else would you do with them?
Yeah, I don't know. And since the police, they were following little bits of blood that they found that led to the son's room in the attic. Charles Rogers, inside, they found in his room a small keyhole saw that had some blood stains on it.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? I saw that. What's a keyhole saw?
It's like a really long, skinny saw. You've seen them before, yeah.
Probably. I just didn't know they were called that, I guess. Oh, okay. Yeah, Spence just looked up a picture. Gotcha. I just didn't know that's what it was called.
So of course,
it's the 8th Saw movie.
Fuck yeah.
And actually, no, I got that wrong. That's the fucking one where the guy has to stick a catheter in his dick. It's called Pee-hole Saw.
Oh yeah.
So, of course, the obvious answer to the detectives was that they needed to find Charles Rogers and speak with them because he was pretty much their number one and only suspect right now, and he was the only one that was missing and a possible witness to this crime.
And since this being Houston, he's also the number one stunner.
Oh, shit.
That's it. Go on.
But this Charles Rogers, he is nowhere to be found. And this guy, he's definitely a big rabbit hole as far as researching goes. And according to the neighbors, they had no idea that he was even living there. In fact, not many did, because Charles, he would leave the house before the sun came up, and then he would return whenever it was after dark. And there's also some claims that he only communicated to his parents through notes that he would shove under the attic bedroom door. Now, as far as that goes, that is listed on like every source.
Yeah.
Like every source that you look up mentions that. I have no idea how the fuck they know that or who gave them that information. Because, spoiler alert, Charles, he's gone. No one ever sees him again. He's disappeared. He's gone forever after this.
And it's like the fucking people told him.
So
Dead.
I have no idea how they know that, but apparently they must know it.
He sounds like a El Vampire. That's Spanish for vampire.
Save that, dude, for theories. He could be. There was no blood on the scene, barely any. Where'd it go? He drank it.
Maybe.
Also, I watched a 1965 video clip that was recorded, I think they said the day of and the day after finding the bodies. And they do show some of the inside of the house. They also show an officer who's talking about they need to find Charles since they think he may have had something to do with it. And then I know this is 1965, but it's still kind of funny to me. They're looking at all this stuff. I think they just dump it out on the table. I don't remember. But they don't have gloves on or anything. And they're like picking up and looking at the saw, a knife, some scissors, a razor, some other things. But yeah, they just dumped all the evidence out on the table and they're just kind of like going through them with no gloves on.
Oh, shit. That's gross.
Just looking at that scooter.
Yeah, a Razor scooter, a fucking Zune.
They looked at all his fucking songs on his Zune.
They're playing with that gack that you push into the fucking rubber edge and then it makes a fart noise.
Oh, hell yeah. That stuff was awesome.
What the fuck? Sorry.
You're good. We'll pause. And one thing we're going to reiterate again is that Charles Rogers, he does disappear and he's never found ever again. And in 1975, a Houston judge would declare Charles Rogers legally dead. And they did this so that his estate could be like divided up or whatever they got to do with that. And the case still remains officially unsolved, and Charles Rogers remains the only suspect.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, who else would you suspect, I suppose?
So who the fudge is this Charles Rogers guy?
Sounds like some fucking weird cunt who lives in an attic.
And that's the thing, because at the time of the murder, he's 43 years old.
Oh,
shit,
fuck
Jesus.
yeah, dude.
It's not like fucking little Harry Potter living with the fucking the Dursleys. It's like a 43-year-old man. So that's why I don't understand, like, why is he only communicating by fucking notes under the door when he's a fucking grown man?
I mean, what I don't get, if that's real, like, how the fuck did their old asses see it? Because there's no way they were, like, waiting by the door. Like, they could probably barely get the fuck up.
They have, like, one of those trash poker stick things. It's like, God damn it, another letter. He
Like-
wants to know if we have any of those chocolate covered pretzels left. Are those gone? Did we finish those? Yeah, we do have stale circus peanuts since we're old people. Plenty of those.
I do have
All
one
the
theory.
Werther's original you want.
If he is living in the attic, is he filming fucking Arrested Development?
They every now and then they slip them a note. Yeah, could you go ahead and turn the lights off, please? It's 7 p.m. So as far as Charles goes, he is a 43-year-old at the time of the murder. He was a recluse, and he was rarely seen by anyone else besides his parents while he was living at their home. And most of this information on Charles, it is going to come from the Medium.com article. And Charles, he was said to have been a rather intelligent guy, albeit a little standoffish and kind of weird, they said. But he was said to have spoken 7 different languages, and he even had a degree in nuclear physics.
What?
Damn, Jesus.
I was going to say, since this is like 1965 or something like that, 63, I mean, he could easily have autism, like no one even knows what the hell it is. Like, that kid's fucking weird, and that's it.
But
Yeah.
it's like,
Meanwhile, he's building fucking rockets in the attic.
And during World War II, he was a pilot in the U.S. Navy and in the Office of Naval Intelligence.
Damn.
And then after
Wow.
his Navy days, he would go on to be a seismologist for Shell Oil. So he
Keep him away from me.
He seems like a fucking rat-ass, badass dude so far.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the thing about him taking walks?
What's that one?
So there was this article in some paper called the Victoria Advocate on June 25th, 1965. So like a couple days after they found the bodies.
Yes.
This was in the sources on the Wikipedia page.
Oh,
And
okay.
the first line just goes like this. A recluse son whose neighbors said took long walks by himself was sought Thursday for questioning in the butcher slayings of his elderly parents.
Oh, he fucking did it. If he liked to take long walks by himself, he did it.
No, I didn't read that one. Was it on the beach? Because that changes everything. Because now we have
that was just his Tinder description.
But yeah, I mean, he's serving the country, studying earthquakes and shit. And then in 1957, out of seemingly nowhere, he decided to up and just quit his job where he had worked for the last 9 years. And this would be around the time where he decided to move back in with his parents. So he's a fucking grown-ass dude who moves back home.
Yeah, that'd be like me doing that 10 years from now.
And this is in 1957. And then he lives with his parents until 1965, whenever they were murdered. So, I mean, it's not like... I mean, he seemed like a really intelligent, successful dude, you know? It just seems kind of odd that he would go and move back there. But we do have some theories and reasons as to why he may have done that.
Yeah, I've got a theory. Mom's cooking is fucking bomb, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah, Edwina.
A lamb and tuna fish. And since nobody really saw Charles that much, many of his neighbors didn't even know that his parents had a son. Like, they didn't even know that he was there. Like, they're like, oh, they had a son? I didn't know that.
He was so fucking pale because he never came outside that they nicknamed him Whitey, and the only time they ever saw him was when he played lawn darts.
Hell yeah.
But
wait a minute, he killed his parents.
What are you
what
talking about, Jeremiah?
He's talking about
Yeah, I know,
that
Me,
movie.
Myself.
I was say Me, Myself, and Irene, but he didn't actually do it though.
No, remember, he's all talk, dude.
Yeah,
but
he lied.
did he?
Oh shit, you got us there.
But Charles, he's gone the entirety of each day, so nobody knows like what the hell he was doing all day, every day, since he was unemployed. But from 57 to 1965, he's living at home with his parents, and he's just gone the entire day. And then this is where things kind of go off the deep end a little bit. It was sometime during the 1950s where it is believed that Charles had joined the Civil Air Patrol and met somebody by the name of David Ferry. And for all you historians out there, you might be thinking that David Ferry sounds pretty familiar. Well, he was a pilot that was believed to have been involved with a conspiracy to kill JFK.
Oh, wow.
Or at the very least, quote, was supposed to have been the getaway pilot in the assassination. That is according to Jack Martin and his interview with the FBI.
Wait, getaway pilot?
Yeah, like fucking jump in this plane, boy. We shot the president. Get in the plane. Out of here. No one saw us because it was a stealth bomber. I don't know.
That they flew over the stadium.
And then fucking Bane blew the stadium up.
Like as they're like jumping in, like it's like this like action movie scene, and they jump in. They're like, "Fly the fucking plane, you fucking fairy!"
You are such a fucking fairy. Fly the plane.
Come on, you fucking fairy.
Paint pros know what you don't paint is just as important as what you do paint. So the Home Depot has bulk pricing on a full assortment of 3M painters, tapes, and paint essentials. Everything you need, every day. Like 3M Hand Masker Film and Scotch Painter's Tape. For the cleanest results on every paint job, 3M and the Home Depot have got you covered. With bulk price savings on 3M paint essentials. Every day, only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only.
And according to TexasHillCountry.com, David Ferry was, quote, a strange character who was also Lee Harvey Oswald's flight instructor in the same organization. So part of the same group, the, what did I just call it?
The fairies.
The shenanigan group.
The Civil Air Patrol, a.k.a. the shenanigan group, a.k.a. the fairies.
Yeah.
So this is a fucking rabbit hole. It definitely takes a turn that I doubt anyone was really expecting to start talking about the JFK assassination. And this is just, part of this is just straight from the wiki right here. So I am going to read a quote. But, quote, on the afternoon of November... Sorry, dog was shaking. On the afternoon of November 22nd, 1963, the day John F. Kennedy was assassinated and the day Carlos Marcello was acquitted in his deportation case, New Orleans private investigator Guy Bannister, which is a fucking sweet name, from House Bannister. That's not funny. And one,
I was about to make that joke.
And
he was stooping his sister.
And one of his employees, yeah, we have an idea in the script for this guy who just fucks his sister. What's his name going to be? We don't know yet. Just put his name as Guy Bannister. And one of his employees, Jack Martin, they were drinking together at a local bar. So we got Guy Bannister, who's a New Orleans private investigator, and then one of his employees, Jack Martin.
Wouldn't it be sweet if his name was like Jack Balcony or something?
Guy Bannister, Steve Staircase.
God, dude.
Hey, can somebody get Dave Elevator out of here? He's pissing me off.
He's pissing me off on all levels.
God, dude. Jack Balcony sounds like our fucking college dorm when all the guys were in the room and you had to go somewhere to jack off.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Go to the...
Man, I love parties as much as the next guy, but I need some privacy. I'll be out on the Jack balcony.
Hey, fuck you. I'm only jacking off if all the guys are in the room. That's always been my rule. You guys know this.
And on their return to Bannister's office, the two men, they got into a heated argument, and according to Jack Martin, Guy Bannister said something to which Martin replied, "What are you going to do? Kill me like you all did Kennedy?" Whoa. Bannister then drew his .357 Magnum revolver and pistol whipped Martin several times.
Oh,
fuck.
Hashtag Wildman.
Shut your fucking mouth, Martin.
Oh, really, Martin? Well, now this is going to happen. And then Martin, badly injured, he went by ambulance to Charity Hospital. And this would be an event that would lead to Jack Martin being interviewed by the FBI. And, quote, he said that Ferry had threatened Kennedy's life, even outlining plans to kill him, and that Ferry might have taught Oswald how to use a rifle with a telescopic sight. Martin also claimed that Ferry had known Oswald from their days in the New Orleans Civil Air Patrol and that he had seen a photograph at Ferry's home of Oswald in a Civil Air Patrol group. So that is the group that Charles Rogers is part of as well.
Dude, you would have to be like Brock Lesnar size with like every gun known to man for me to be afraid of you with your last name being Ferry. Honestly. Like, Ferry's coming after you. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. It's fucking Ferry.
I'll get a fucking one of those fans that also has like the mist option with the fucking water bottle, and I'm pretty sure he can't come near me. So this is all pretty confusing. But some investigators, they have written some books on not only the Icebox murders, but also the JFK murders. And there are a few theories that kind of combined all of this together. Like the two investigators for the National Intelligence Service Bureau in Texas, they believe that Charles Rogers was a CIA agent from 1956 to the mid-1980s. And they also believe that Charles was one of the people that assassinated JFK, and they even accused him later of impersonating Lee Harvey Oswald in Mexico City.
Mexico City.
And for a while, there was a belief that Charles Rogers was one of the three tramps, which, if you don't know, the three tramps are the three men that were photographed by the Dallas newspapers, and they're under a police escort near the Texas School Book Depository shortly after the assassination of JFK. And it was believed that the three men in the photo were possibly not only Charles Rogers, but also Chauncey Holt, and none other than the father of Woody Harrelson, Charles Harrelson.
What in the fuck is going on?
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy shit. But that photo, they believe those three men that were photographed were possibly responsible for the assassination of JFK. So some believed that Charles Rogers was in the photo, as well as Woody Harrelson's father, Charles Harrelson. And if you didn't know, Woody's dad, Charles, he was a contract killer. He murdered a federal judge, John H. Wood Jr., and he was also believed to have killed a couple other people. I don't really know a lot of detail on him, but...
This might sound bad, but like, we still got Woody Harrelson out of it. So, worth it? Worth it?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean...
We can just check that up? Yeah. Yeah, we can check that up to worth it.
I wonder how weird that is starring in Natural Born Killers then.
Yeah, I mean... That I was gonna say that too. That's kind of like awesome in like a fucked up way.
Doesn't Tarantino hate that movie though?
I'm
pretty sure he does. Like I think he said he hates it.
Wait, did he make Natural Born Killers?
I don't think he didn't direct it, but I think he
was like part of.
He did the story for it.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, something like that. Alrighty, so I do apologize. Toof had to leave us, so we're going to be finishing this one without him. So where we left off, in 1992, there would be an official explanation of that photo. It turns out that the three men were not the three that we mentioned a little bit ago that they thought it was. And it turns out that they were actually just hobos that were arrested after being found in a boxcar. But that is the official explanation they gave. However, the official explanation could also be a lie.
Also, Tooth got drafted. Just telling you guys where he went.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens fast when it happens.
Yeah, it's true.
He tried to dodge it, but
Yeah.
I couldn't think of a funny reason why.
Apparently saying you're queer doesn't get you out of it now. So I mean, they'll be coming for me here soon then too, guys.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, I found it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was just going to make a joke about how David Ferry tried that.
I found another headline about this whole incident
Yeah, read it.
from back then. It just says, Ice Town costs Ice Clown his town crown.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Just
Fuck yes, dude.
Hell yeah.
So the biggest question is, if it was Charles Rogers that killed his parents, why would he kill his parents? And if the JFK thing involving him is true, like if he did have something to do with the assassination of JFK, then there is a theory that kind of intertwines that with the murder of his parents. Because according to this theory, his 81 and 79-year-old parents, they were actually getting too close to the truth. They had been listening in on his phone calls, and they were learning too much about his secret information, so he had no choice but to kill them.
See, that would be like all fine, but why do the rest of the stuff that he did? Like chopping them up and putting them in the fridge and all that shit, and just kill them.
So this is the theory that was put together by the two people we mentioned from the National Intelligence Service Bureau in Texas. I believe this was their total theory with the JFK and CIA and everything, and then his parents finding out about it, so he had to kill them. However, one thing that gets mentioned a lot with this case, there are two historians by the name of Hugh and Martha Gardner or Gardenier, and they would do a lot of heavy research, and then they also release a book titled The Icebox Murders, which has a lot of good information and research inside of it, as well as some belief as to who committed these awful murders and why. Like, they claim that they solved this case by saying that Charles Rogers did it.
I mean, yeah, we totally didn't fucking know that.
However, I did not read this book because the paperback, if you want to buy it used, is $68.
Jesus
And
Christ.
if you want to buy it new, it's $329. I mean,
Why?
they do have a
Is it
Kindle,
limited?
a Kindle version for $10, but I mean, I don't have a Kindle.
You can just do that on your phone.
So-
You can look at that on your browser
Yeah,
too. But
I know, but I was gonna lead into it.
That seems like a lot of work.
I was gonna lead into a joke about Kindle and Andrew.
Oh hell yeah!
No, but as far as the book goes, I didn't read it. A lot of the reviews say that it's kind of like fiction based on fact. Like, I don't know, because I haven't read it. I have no idea. But a lot of people say there's a lot of stuff added to it, so it's kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. A lot of people don't really exactly take it as 100% truth. So who knows?
You said fact or fiction, and this is super off topic, but do you remember that show Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction?
Oh, yeah, dude.
That was a fucking sweet show.
Is that the one at the end where they're like, oh, we're going to tell you 3 stories, and you have to guess
which
which
ones
one?
are real and fake. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That was a sweet show. They'd always have the one. It's like, aliens came down and like fucked this dude, and
Yeah.
they had a child born, and that was Obama. You know, it was always stories where like, okay, that one's fake.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we know that one's fake, dude.
Yeah, but yeah, dude, there were some sweet ones. Though. They were creepy sometimes.
Yeah, that was a cool show.
Yeah, it was a sweet show.
So these two, the couple, they started working on this case in 1997. And even though they don't believe that Charles was ever actually part of the CIA, they do believe that he had deals with the CIA contract workers whenever he was working for Shell Oil and doing like the earthquake testing shit, whatever he was doing with that. And their theory was that They believe that Charles was emotionally and physically abused as a child and even as an adult by his parents. And at the time of the murders, his parents were reportedly faking Charles' signatures on deeds of lands that he had owned, and his father was even involved in some pretty shady shit like fraud and gambling. Now, real quick, that this is all based on the research of this couple, so I don't know how much of this is true, whether it's all true or not true, we don't know. And a lot of the sources all claim the same information, but I don't know where they're getting it all. So that's one problem with it. So a lot of sources will say that the house that his parents were living in was actually his house. Like it was in his name.
I mean, I feel like you could find that out, though. Like, I feel like that'd be easy for somebody to find out.
Yeah. I mean, that part could probably be true, yeah. But the fact that Fred's dick and balls were cut off and flushed down the toilet, that's, I mean, if he was sexually abused, I could see him maybe doing that.
Yeah.
But one thing I don't understand is if he was emotionally and physically abused as a child and an adult, then why the fuck would he go back there and live with them for like another 7 years?
Yeah, that doesn't really make much sense. Especially if it was his house, just kick those idiots out.
And it's like he's successful. He's done a lot of shit. He's got he's intelligent and successful. If he's getting abused and forced to live in an attic, like why would he put up with abuse from an 80-year-old dude?
Yeah, fuck him up. I mean, obviously I don't think this guy did it, so I don't mean that I want the old guy to get his ass kicked, but if he was doing that, then fuck his old ass up.
Yeah, so part of this is explained in the book where they say the house was actually in Charles' name, and he was pissed off because Edwina, his mother, not only were his parents living there, but they were taking out loans and keeping the money, like, in his name. So if that's true, yeah, that would piss you off. That's pretty much, that's bullshit to do something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that doesn't really make sense either. Like, if he is pissed off about it, then why would he kill them in the house and then just leave? Like, if he's, like, pissed off that they're living in his house, I don't know why his solution would be like, I'm going to kill them, chop them off, and then never come back to the house, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is the only suspect, so I think it does honestly have to be him, because it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Why it'd be anyone else, but I don't think there's a good reason to why. I mean, I would understand if he just came back and did it. I don't know why he would live with them for, like, from his 30s into his 40s, why he would live with them for so long and then do it.
Yeah, that's insane.
And then after the murders, here's a quote from Quran.com, but I think it's from a podcast where they were actually interviewing the couple that came up with this theory and wrote that book. They say, quote, they contend that Charles, he skipped town for Mexico, hiding with the help of his connections in oil and mining who valued his brilliant mind, only to later be killed in Honduras during a mining dispute. So they believe that he fled and lived in Mexico and was doing some of his, because he did a lot of, like, the stuff he did for, like, the Shell oil, he did, like, different mining and stuff, and, like, they said he knew where to find oil and things like that. And while he was down there, there was a mining dispute, and somebody killed him with a pickaxe. That's their theory.
Okay.
Which, I mean...
Fucking anything to back that up, guys?
I mean, I don't have... Yeah, that's the thing. I don't have the information. I don't know where they got that either. I mean, maybe they have the actual reports and stuff. I don't know. But...
Like, you can easily say anything.
But yeah, Charles, he is the only suspect. And since he was never seen or found again after the murders, the case is considered an unsolved case. But I don't think anyone out there believes it could have been anyone else except for Charles. We just don't fully know why or have a good enough reason to explain why. We do have those theories, and who knows, they could be true. It does sound like he may have had some sort of connections to the CIA. We just have like little pieces. We don't have enough to explain anything. But yeah, that is the end of this case. You guys have any theories or anything you want to add to it?
My thought is that he obviously did it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can look into other stuff or say other stuff, but I mean, it was him. I mean, they found the axe in the saw in his room and stuff. Like, who else would it have been? But I don't know. He probably just killed himself. Like he probably jumped off something and is just dead somewhere. Like, that's just an easy way to say it. He did it and then just went and killed himself.
Like, I would get if he just like fucking lost it, like shot the mom in the head, and then like beat his dad to death with a hammer. I don't fucking understand why he drained their blood, chopped them up, put their body parts in the fridge, flushed their organs, and then left. I don't understand any of that shit.
I don't know. Yeah, like
or why he came back.
It doesn't make sense.
If he was abused, why he came back and lived with them for 7 years when obviously he's a war vet, he's intelligent. I don't know why it took so like. If he did plan on killing him, I don't know why it would have taken him so long because they couldn't have been hard to overpower 2 80-year-olds.
I hope you'll get this joke. You're probably not going to, but he was a war vet and he was also Sharon Stone's cousin. It's from that movie fucking, what's the movie where Chris Rock becomes the president?
Oh my God. It's Down to Earth?
No, that's the other one. That's the one where he comes back to life.
That's where he's the rich dude.
It's head of state. That's what it was. Head of state. It was that the guy that he was running against. His his fucking thing was that he was a war vet and also Sharon Stone's cousin. Not fucking funny at all. I was just hoping he would get it.
Yeah. Anything you want to add, Spence?
No, man. I think we pretty well covered it. Like fucking Mr. Rogers was killed by Ben Wyatt and put in the refrigerator. Like some kind of fucking cannibal case, but without any of the eating going on, apparently.
Yeah.
And then somehow all of that was done because of killing Kennedy. So
that all makes sense to me.
Yeah, this one is like, it doesn't make any sense. There's too much information missing. I mean, it's definitely interesting. It has so many pieces that seem like they don't add up or fit together.
Yeah.
It would be one if you had all the information, it would make a really interesting case. But it's such a rabbit hole to go down. Yeah, it's a confusing one, but it was interesting to research. I would like to read that book sometime.
Yeah, for much cheaper.
Just have to get a Kindle first.
That's true. Yeah, I think that's everything. I do want to give a thank you and a shout out to our, we didn't have him on our last couple episodes, but John from Brooklyn, formerly the Wildman from Queens. He's now going as John from Brooklyn.
Nice.
Yeah, and just thank you to everyone that's reached out to us lately and been really cool to us. We just got back from Chicago.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah. Shout out to Death by Champagne.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nature versus Narcissism.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They were all awesome.
Shout out to the Killer Jobs podcast, even though he wasn't at the frickin' conference.
Yeah.
He was at the Godzilla conference.
He's a handsome guy, though.
That would have been more fun, dude.
Looks like John Krasinski.
Absolutely. I really thought about ditching and going to the Godzilla conference, actually.
Yeah.
Nobody knew, but I actually did. But they didn't know.
Oh, that's where you went.
Yeah, they didn't know I wasn't there because nobody knows us. So yeah, I just went to that.
I mean,
that's not true. That's a lie.
It was all right. I liked meeting the people we knew. I mean, I knew that no one there was going to know who we were at all. I don't know. I feel like true crime and comedy, which I don't know how true it is, but I feel like it's kind of looked down on from the true crime community. Do you guys get that vibe?
Yeah, I kind of got that from some of the stuff that like they were saying in like the live stuff, but
where they pointed at us and called us queer boys.
I mean,
but that was just my dad before we left.
Right.
No, I kind of feel like, I don't know if you saw, I know Toof would know this, but you remember the show From G's to Gents?
No.
Oh, well, Riff Raff, he was on there, and you know who Riff Raff is, right? Rapper.
Just from you guys talking about him, yeah.
But he was on there, and he was like one of the first people voted off, and when he was voted off, he was like super hurt because he didn't realize everyone there pretty much made fun of him and thought of him as a joke and things like that, and no one took him serious.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt like Riff Raff, where it's like, I mean, no one did anything, but I don't know. I just kind of feel like no, we're not like ever going to be taken as like a serious. I mean, I know we're a comedy and crime group, but I don't know. I just feel like I don't know where we belong, honestly.
We belong right here.
Yeah.
And you can check us out on our social media, on our Twitter, and our Facebook, our Instagram.
That's fucking right.
Hell yeah.
We had a website, Brotherscommon.place. We still have the name. I need to get my ass into gear and to get that up and going again. And you can find us on any podcast app, but especially the Apple Podcast app, where we're trying to get into the top 200 comedy podcasts of the entire United States. We've already conquered several other countries. So if this was like a Risk game, we're doing sort of okay.
Oh, yeah,
I
we
think
are.
this is our peak. I don't see it getting any bigger than this. Which, I mean,
we're getting bigger.
I haven't really I mean, I guess this is successful. We have people that reach out to us and stuff, and I've never really been successful at anything. But I think this is the height of it all, guys.
No way. It gets bigger than this.
Yeah, this is like X-Men 1.
We got to get all the way to fucking Logan.
This is
Yeah.
We're Wolverine origins. Be real.
We're not counting. That.
We're gonna not count a bunch of those movies.
Yeah. We're gonna stop. Logan's the last one so far. We'll see how the New Mutants
The
goes.
trailer for Dark Phoenix looked really cool to me.
Yeah, it got fucking shit reviews.
I
man.
know.
What did they put it up against? Did they put it up against Endgame?
They
I
might
didn't even know
have.
that movie was out.
Oh yeah, it's out. I think it might have been in theaters when Endgame was.
Yeah, Sansa is Dark Phoenix.
Whatever the fuck they
The
did that
Phoenix.
for. They put it up. They put it against one of like the major movies. I'm pretty sure it was Endgame. It was like, why the fuck would you ever do that?
Man, the trailer looked cool.
I mean, yeah, it looked fine, but
Yeah.
nobody's watching. Like, I wouldn't go to see that in theaters if there was literally nothing else but that. I would just be like, okay, well then I'm not going to the theaters. But
Yeah.
like, I just wait for like I just watched Shazam. I
You know
thought
what's
that
really
was great.
sad?
What?
James McAvoy is a good actor,
He's an
Yeah.
amazing actor.
and yet almost everything he's in lately, like I would be like that. Like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because his last thing before that was like an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Split.
But that's
Yeah.
all.
Split and
That's all
and
changing with
Glass.
It Chapter 2.
oh fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's gonna break records for sure for horror movies. Because the first one did.
That is true.
Yeah.
I
so-
can't wait for that, man.
Oh, I know. I can't wait.
That's going to be so good.
It's gonna be amazing.
Let's see. You can also write to us at brotherscommonplace@gmail.com if you want to get old school with the email. We love hearing from you guys. We have a YouTube channel. I'm trying to get 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And the way that works is you got to go to the YouTube channel and then you got to click the subscribe button. They put it everywhere. And then you got to get some other people to subscribe too.
Yes.
And spread it like the Army of the Dead up north of the wall in Game of Thrones.
Hell yes. And special thank you to everyone that has signed up for our Patreon. That really means a lot to us. That's super cool. And special thank you to everyone that has left us a review. If you haven't done that yet, it really helps us out. I think, honestly, I don't know how any of that shit works. Half the time, the top podcast on iTunes is just a trailer. So, with it's like one trailer with 0 episodes, and it's like the number one fucking podcast. Oh, cool. This looks good. But anyways, thank you for everyone that has shared the podcast or just listened or just sent us good vibes. That's always nice, and that's always cool. Yeah, I think that's everything from me. What were you saying, though, Tim, earlier before we hit record? Your favorite movie is Blues Brothers 2000? That movie sucks.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Yeah, that along with the remake of Prom Night. Dude, that was fucking one of the dumbest movies I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, who is in that, in the remake?
Brittany Snow.
Yeah. Fuck, that was a while ago. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's like 2007, maybe?
Yeah, something like that. It was like 10 years ago, yeah.
Dude, okay, let me tell you this. It came out around the same time as Iron Man.
The
and
first
my sister,
one?
yeah.
Fuck.
And my sister fucking was like, okay, well, let's go see a movie. And I was like, well, let's watch Iron Man. And we watched that instead of Iron Man. And fuck. So, yeah, that's something that happened.
Do you know what my favorite movie of all time is, though, honestly?
What's that?
Rollerball. Remember that shitty movie, dude? It had like Ice Cube or someone in it.
Yeah, Ice Cube. I can't think of who else, but yeah, that one.
I just looked up. It's LL Cool J. And Chris Klein,
Fuck,
he's in it.
It's not Ice Cube.
No, dude, it's LL Cool J and Chris Klein.
No, Ice Cube was in fucking Torque. Remember Torque? And it's just fucking Fast and the Furious. It's fucking, that's all it is.
Who's this guy? He looks familiar. Oh my god, Zangief from Street Fighter's in it.
Oh, hell yeah, nice.
Wow. All right, what do you guys think Street Fighter got on IMDb?
The movie?
Yeah.
3? Or no, is that out of 5?
Out of 10.
No, it's out of 10.
Okay, then 3.
Close. 3.9.
Oh, okay. Fuck, higher than what I thought it would be.
What about Mortal Kombat Annihilation?
1.
3.7.
Jesus Christ.
I know,
All right, now,
dude.
people are giving this shit way too much, man. Fuck are you guys thinking?
Alrighty, is that everything?
I think so.
Alrighty, thank you everyone for listening. Be good.
Stay safe.
Laugh at the dark stuff.
Hashtag Wildman.
Hell yeah.
Hashtag boy pussy.
We gave out a lot of hashtag Wildman stickers there in
We
Chicago.
did. You guys better start listening.
We did. Hashtag thank you, Mark. I think that's it.
Sounds good.
Paint pros know what you don't paint is just as important as what you do paint. So the Home Depot has bulk pricing on a full assortment of 3M painters, tapes, and paint essentials. Everything you need, every day. Like 3M Hand Masker Film and Scotch Painter's Tape. For the cleanest results on every paint job, 3M and the Home Depot have got you covered. With bulk price savings on 3M paint essentials. Every day, only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive #1, #2 employee. Leave a message at the... Hey, Jamie, it's me, Jamie. This is your daily pep talk. I know it's been rough going ever since people found out about your a cappella group, Mad Harmony, but you will bounce back. I mean, you're the guy always helping people find coverage options with the Name Your Price tool. It should be you giving me the pep talk. Now get out there, hit that high note, and take Mad Harmony all the way to nationals this year! Sorry, it's pitchy.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.